Hi friends, thanks for joining in today's video. I will be talking about the correlation between our bodies and shadow work. There is so much benefit that comes from being grounded and connected to our emotional bodies, especially through the process of shadow work, where you are purposely recognizing these moments of hardship within yourself. It can really play a key role in recognizing physical sensations and tying them to deeper emotional triggers that you might not have recognized. Recognizing the correlation between the mind and body for emotional processing is important because when we experience a strong emotion, we don't just feel it in the mind, it also processes through physical sensations in the body. And those physical sensations are the ways that our body is communicating those emotions back to us. So it's important to recognize how we can transform our experience through deeper emotional work like shadow work. When we are experiencing strong emotions, we don't just feel them in the mind, we feel them in the body as well. We feel physical sensations, and those sensations are the body letting us know this is uncomfortable, this is not safe, this feels really great, or this feels a little bit weird. So when we're talking about shadow work, we're physically, emotionally, and mentally diving into work that is hidden below the surface, but it actually goes a bit deeper because once you recognize those thoughts, you might also recognize that there are sensations and that there's some truth that your body is holding on to. We are purposely putting ourselves in a place to explore these uncomfortable moments, these uncomfortable sensations, and it goes beyond just the thoughts. It also goes into noticing and becoming a little bit more familiar with how those thoughts trigger responses in your emotional body. Once you start to recognize that connection, and realize that our body is trying to tell us more than we think we know, then you are in a very powerful place for change. Our bodies are our ultimate secret keepers. They store emotions, they store memories, they store behavioral patterns, and sometimes they store them in ways that you aren't fully aware of. It goes beyond just what we keep up here and gets categorized in through here. Our body is like a map. We store unrecognized emotions in hidden places, and it's a treasure map for us to keep exploring. In those hidden places, we store pain that we learn to recognize and categorize and ignore as part of stress or our aging process. Think about how you hunch up your shoulders and feel neck pain or back pain and categorize that as something that's just part of your human experience, but maybe you're not recognizing that it could be from your sense of fear starting to creep up on you because you feel a little bit uncomfortable in said situation. So the benefits to shadow work is that when you learn to recognize that these are messages from your body and that these messages mean that there's something deeper going on, you start listening to your body. And then you have the ability to start freeing yourself from old patterns. And you have the ability to go as gently or as fast as you want. This is truly work that you can do at your own pace. Process trauma at your own pace. Process pain, process generational baggage at your own pace. But in order to build that bridge and start doing the work, you have to really develop a relationship with your body. You have to start noticing what's going on in your body. It sounds very simple, and if it were that simple, we would all be healed and we wouldn't have trauma and pain. But actually, it's pretty challenging. It requires you to put in some effort because in today's society, we really don't slow down. We don't take the time to notice and bring our attention inward. To start this work, you have to slow down. You have to start noticing the breath. You have to start noticing the sensations without trying to force them or change them. You have to allow yourself to just recognize what is. Recognizing the depth, the pace, and how your body feels with its own breath. And once you start to recognize those moments of stillness, then you can go deeper. Then you can begin to bring the attention to the parts where you might start to notice that there is tension, and notice how that feels. Noticing it without trying to change anything. You might feel connected, or you might feel like this is too much. It's okay if in those moments you do experience resistance from your body, maybe because it feels a little bit uncomfortable or a little bit too soon, and you can choose to stop right there. Both are okay, because in these steps of recognizing and allowing, you're building that relationship with your body. You're showing up and telling it, I'm here, I'm ready to listen. You are allowing yourself to explore these sensations and these moments with compassion. It's like you're having a conversation with your body, and you're showing up and you're saying, I'm ready to understand what you've been trying to tell me. I'm here for you, and being there for yourself, that is where change happens. As you begin to build the relationship with your body, you'll start to notice more patterns. These patterns are the clues that your shadows are trying to communicate to you. And from there, the next step will be to make the connection between the physical sensations and the emotions and experiences that you're having. You really want to explore these sensations with curiosity. Notice that fears and doubts might be tied to past experiences and traumas. Recognize that over time, this fear became part of your shadow, and now it shows up in your body when you are in situations that are similar to situations that you experienced when this fear first came into your life. And that is where you are able to take away its power. By acknowledging it, recognizing it, and giving it a name and saying it out loud, you offer yourself compassion and an ability to rewrite the narrative. You're able to explore where it came from and bring it to light so that you can take away its power. Another powerful way to move through shadow work is through movement. Moving our bodies helps us release tension or energy that might be stuck. Choose to pay attention to the way your body feels, noticing any areas that are tight or tense, and bring breath awareness to that area. Some of the most effective movements are gentle, like yoga or Tai Chi. If you're feeling drawn to a specific type of movement, follow that instinct. The body knows what it needs, and it's up to you to trust your intuition and let it flow so you can follow through to healing. Another tool that's helpful for that mind, body, and emotional connection is breath work. And by working with it consciously, we can really start to shift how we feel. Some examples of breath work that really work to unify that connection are box breath or 4-7-8 breath. And the 4-7-8 technique helps a lot when you're feeling stressed or anxious, or if you're having trouble sleeping. It causes an automatic nervous system shift from sympathetic, which is that fight or flight state, to a parasympathetic response, which is that more relaxed state. The 4-7-8 breath is where you are breathing in through your nose for 4 seconds, holding your breath for 7 seconds, and exhaling through the mouth for 8 seconds. And you can repeat this as many times as you need. I would like to say, though, that practicing breath retention exercises can be a bit overly activating. So this breathwork technique might not be for everybody, because holding the breath mirrors a freeze response, which can be a bit activating for those who have a deeper set of trauma or stress responses, and might actually trigger you to start over breathing or hyperventilating. So just take it and experiment at your own pace and see what feels good for you. And yeah, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you are more curious about connecting with yourself in a deeper way through shadow work, Let me know in the comments if anything really stood out to you, or if there's ways in which you have established a deeper mind, body, and emotional connection. Yeah, I think that's all I got. So I will see you next time. Bye for now.